Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you love these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I promise to update daily and I would really appreciate the gesture. If you love this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today, we're jumping back to 2016, the 41st anniversary of the Laureato model and the 225th anniversary of Girard-Perregaux, to be precise, bought the company it purchased that made cases and was established in 1791, but all the same, a 225th anniversary present to itself. Girard-Perregaux coined the Laureato limited edition as seen on my wrist right here, 225 pieces in stainless steel, 41 millimeters for 41 years of the Laureato and 225 of Girard-Perregaux and associated companies. The timepiece wears flat, elegant, and versatile. My 16 centimeter circumference wrist loves this 41 millimeter cushion style case. The first Laureato released, not designed by Gerald Genta, but very much in the paradigm he established back in 1975. The watch has aged well, and though it's been a general component of the Girard-Perregaux lineup, the current Laureato model line only was revived in 2016 with this as the fire starter. 225 pieces, a limited series. There was a blue dial version. This one's a little bit more formal and traditional with its silver dial. It is not a thick watch, measuring only 10.6 millimeters from top to bottom. That's sapphire to sapphire. You can easily fit this underneath a dress cuff. Lug to lug, the watch wears true to its size, which is to say there's no flare beyond the case itself. So the span across the wrist is a very wearable 47.9 millimeters, and I recommend this watch for wrists as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. As with the original Laureato, the bracelet and the lugs are integrated, and you can see that one flows seamlessly into the other. Let's give ourselves a bit more light here, maintain focus. Nicely finished. There is a hairline bevel that expands on the hoods of the lugs and continues perfectly aligned across the flanks of the links. There's a differential size, alignment, and finish to the links that breaks up the mass metal. It's definitely more Nautilus than Royal Oak, and the timepiece is nicely executed, also being more Royal Oak than Nautilus in its use of screws for sizing links on the bracelet. You can see there's a half link inset, likewise a half link on the opposite side, and more removable links to get the size just right. Twin trigger deployment for absolute security, and when it closes, unlike a Royal Oak, it's non-discriminatory regarding the order that you close the sides, so you can't accidentally scratch one side by closing the other on top of it. GP engraved, low in profile, secure and elegant, and largely immune to desk diving since the clasp itself doesn't cut a high profile. The Laureato has always been a little bit different from some of the other Genta-inspired watches in that the bezel itself, rather than being a structure fixed by screws, is a large threaded component that threads into the case itself. So it has a different look as well as a different mechanical assembly. It is quite mechanically distinct, not just aesthetically distinct. And I find that the harder edges of this component, which after all does have to be threaded in with the tool, give it a more techno-industrial, mechanical, and elemental look than the more refined and abstract rounded octagons and rounded polygons of other watches from the period. Now moving inboard, you can see that the bezel is all in high polish, which contrasts handsomely with the satin finish, horizontal by the way, of the lug hoods. Moving in, you can see the dial is a sort of pyramid hobnail, a handsome look that gives the dial a wonderful degree of articulation. It is a more delicate one than the blue counterpart that was released at the same time. That one's perhaps a bit more sporting, this one perhaps a bit more classical and elegant. You can see it's a high-grade dial with all applique indices fully loomed, all of high polish, and there is a monotone date disc that blends in quite nicely. Applique and polished GP logo at 12 o'clock, reminding you that Girard-Perregaux, well, really bought, was established in 1791. Turn it all over, and you can see the movement is a handsome high horology piece. This is the well-known Girard-Perregaux 3000 series. Let me see if I can turn this all around to give you a bit more light. Girard-Perregaux caliber 3300, 27 joules, unidirectional automatic winding, 46-hour power reserve, 28 beat rate, ultra thin, and nicely executed. Features stop seconds and a quick set date. The only perhaps non-sporting function or feature or facet of this watch is the fact that the watch is water resistant to 30 meters. And though it does feature a screw-down crown, and I suspect reality is a bit more than claimed, nevertheless this is not an aquatic timepiece as marketed. You'll note that the movement is nicely finished, blued screws. You see circular Cote de Genève across The winding rotor, linear cote de Genève across the bridges, and a micro perlage generously applied to the entire circumference of the base plate ringing the bridges with a polished bevel on the edge of the center bridges. A handsome high horology movement dating back to 1994 in the original caliber 3000s. That is an in-house born and bred Girard-Perregaux ultra-thin automatic movement. You can see this 225th anniversary Girard-Perregaux Laureato 41 in stainless steel and make it yours on the watch box. And we're back with the Girard-Perregaux Laureato anniversary. As you can see in the night regarding loom, this is absolutely a sports watch, beautifully loomed and highly legible. See it on the watch box.